happy to give you an insight into some of the challenges we actually have and also in some of the answers. Partly it's just also attempts on how we believe we can actually change the game. Now, just to start with a couple of words to Swiss Post, as we got for some reason forgotten in the booklet, and we're not that big as many companies sitting with you in the room that everyone knows what we're doing. So just to say, we are the third largest company in Switzerland, so also the third largest employer. And this is the reason why Switzerland is watching us with regards to everything we do, but specifically also with regards to innovation, which is very clear. We're a very diverse company. We have a bank, meaning we're the biggest online banking community in Switzerland. We are the biggest public transport provider, which is not trains, on the road. So we have a very diverse portfolio, being of course number one in logistics, very much into e-commerce and into the communications market. So this is our business. And what clients do we deal with? So of course the B2B business is our most specific area of work. However, we have seen that the customers in the past, they have changed. And what we have observed from our perspective is our customers became much more mobile, more digital, and more individual, which means for us specifically with regards to the core business, but also with any kind of innovation, speed, flexibility, and personalization. Now, if we look at the other angle of the driver, why we're actually changing and maybe also have to participate in this game changing, is if we look further to where competition is seen. So we have discussed quite a lot about Amazon this morning, and I hugely enjoyed the discussion. Thanks to Cooper for this interesting insight. So I'm not going to elaborate on Amazon, but I'm just going to give you an insight into how we see the value chain and what we are actually doing with it. So Amazon, being known coming from e-commerce many years ago, and then moving along this value chain over to data analytics. Now, the interesting thing is that Google is coming from the exactly different angle, right? So they have started with data analytics, with research, where we all could use that as data analytics, and now they're into e-commerce. And for both, what is relevant in the middle is this part of the delivery where we actually sit. Specifically, we as Swiss Post sit as well. So, and here I think this is a challenge that we faced for a long time. So of course the story here is very clear to the people sitting in this room, but we also use that story to actually raise comprehension, but also explain our strategy to our clients in Switzerland, as we have from one hand side the retail, from the other hand side the advertising that is being pressured, that is putting pressure on us. And if we can move within that value chain, I think we can win. And if we squash between the value chain, we just lose. So it's actually up to us on how to decide how we're actually playing. And I'm very much again with Cooper this morning that we can actually choose if it's a friend or enemy. And in Switzerland, we love Amazon, as this is one of our biggest clients as well. So I could just have replaced the title instead of competition. I could have put this is our clients, delivery as one element in their value chain, right? So this is also part of the game-changing part, that competition and client are getting mixed up, and you can basically decide on which side you want to go. Now, what do we do with that? What are answers on that? One answer is specifically one that comes from a strategy point of view. So as Swiss Post, we see ourselves as being the intermediary between the physical and the digital world. We're basically taking those elements together. So it's the physical and the digital elements and processes that we put together. We build bridges for our clients as this trusted intermediary in the middle, trusted third party for goods and products and services in order to build bridges for our clients. And a strategy is nice, but it has to be filled with life. So what do we do underneath it in order to go at this interface of the digital and the physical world? One of the points or projects we actually launched recently was e-voting. As you know, Switzerland is a democracy that we're actually doing that quite a lot. So as Swiss Post in the physical way, we're transporting almost all the material for voting and elections in Switzerland as a choice to our clients that become more digital, more mobile, more individual. We are actually offering e-voting as well. We have created a payment mobile solution. As said, we're we're the biggest online bank in Switzerland. So going digital does also mean going mobile, doesn't it? And as you also know, transactions are just going down to zero or even underneath. So the business model of banks, of a transaction, is changing in a huge way, right? So the mobile payment was important for us. We launched it last summer against Apple Pay, against PayPal, against basically everyone. We're now #1 app in payment in Switzerland. We have more or less all the biggest retailers on board today with us that use our solution. So we have quite a big part of the market share on retail covered in Switzerland. What we now need is the consumer side, to see is Switzerland actually catching on to mobile payment. So we'll probably know in summer or summer Q through this year if this is going to take off. If not, then not. This is really one of the projects that we strongly believe in. We are on a successful road, but we just have to take off yet. And this is what we're doing with full strength. Now to go further, we're in e-health, we're in e-justice. What does it mean? It means much more than just enabling a secured email. We are, of course, being the preferred provider of the physical transport if it comes to secure and reliable transport of confidential information. That's us, in health, but also in the justice area. So we're, again, just giving our clients a choice when helping them on their way, in their transformation, that they can actually choose if it's the digital or the physical way. And what we're doing there is building a secured platform, a collaboration platform, basically for those industries that has authorization, identification, and authentication layers that are integrated. So with that, again, we are the trusted third party in the middle that is basically standing there guaranteeing that the right information is coming from the right sender at the right point with the right content to the right receiver. That's our strategy. It's not that far from core business. We're not an actor in e-health. We're a post. That's what we do, and that's what we want to do in the future as well. It's just independent on the channel, and this is the major part of our strategy. Now moving on to this nice guy. This is an autonomous postal car, and as said before, it's basically the one that we are checking out probably this spring, that we can leave it out. It's still in a hallway on the way, and we're leaving out into freedom in the next couple of months to see. There also the question was, autonomous cars is something catching on. So is it going to be us as the biggest transport provider in public transport that is doing that, or shall we wait to have somebody else do it? No, so the answer was clear for us there. I can't tell you the business model yet, but we know what element it will fill up in the value chain of mobility that we actually want to use. Then we have some more projects going on into Internet of Everything, be it easy living, that we actually go to 4.5 million households every single day. So this is a touch point we can use in different ways, doing services for easy living with our clients, be it bring things to a household or also take it back, do services in between. Again, do that with partners. And this is a very important part also of our next topics. It's the Swiss ID. This is the electronic signature we have for quite some years now. So we are confirming identities in the physical world for many years. So people can come to the post office and we confirm their identity. They can open bank accounts or anything else. So with the digital idea, they have different means. And based on that, again, as a trusted intermediary where people know this yellow they can trust, we are Swiss Post. We are the ones that are entrusted, we can build up many different services on top of that. The Swiss ID is not a new thing, but what we do around is now, according to the strategy, enhancing our services on this physical digital interface. We're not doing that alone, and that's an important part of my message as well. We're obtaining links into different parts of the world. We're strongly collaborating with companies, institutions also in the Silicon Valley. IFTF have been here with Mattia, and we have lots of other links where we get inspired, but also do specific use cases with, also coupled with startup. The network itself is a very important part of what we actually use in order to implement innovation, in order to foster innovation. Be it the network inside Swiss Post, where we actually use 60,000 people that bring in their ideas on an innovation platform that actually just got rewarded as first place 1.5 weeks ago in Berlin. So we're quite proud of that. We enabled also the people that are not users in Swiss Post, that don't have a PC, to participate by making Postideas, that's the name of the platform, mobile, meaning that we can actually really enhance the innovation power within Swiss Post. But the network component goes much beyond that. So it's with universities, institutions, big companies, startups, and it's also with competition. That's an important part. And together, coupled with those partners, we can combine basically competencies and then make things fly. And that's one of the projects we have launched last summer, the drone project, where we are partnering together with a startup and Swiss World Cargo to just have drones integrated in our value chain. And when we actually launched it last summer, we then said to the press, well, we believe it's going to take 5 to 10 years until we can commercialize that. And only weeks after, we had use cases, much more than we thought we would ever have, from clients that concretely have ideas where they can actually implement us. Now, this is not going to be, and I completely agree with Wolfgang, who has said that before, it's not going to be the mass market that we are looking for here. That's not what we intend to. But it's also a core business strategy that we can actually offer here, again, something specific to clients that want that. And if they can get that with us, they will also consider the entire basket of the logistics packet with continuity with Swiss Post. So that's one element, that we just integrate, enhance, enlarge our value chain in a way in order to enable clients to choose in their transformation, be it physical or digital. Now, gets me to the end. We can basically react in different way, but if you are game changing, then this could be an idea to just not stay in the middle and wait until you're squashed, but basically do something and expand your own value chain. Now with Swiss Post, that's clear. We're too small to fight. We're not going to fight. We're going to collaborate. That's a sure answer. We're not going to buy planes. That doesn't make sense. So we're coupling up with others. We're enhancing our capabilities. We're sitting also at the table with competition to enable projects, and we just have to find smarter ways. So what are those smarter ways? I don't have the solution for it in order how to compete and how to stay in the market, but we have developed a formula for us in which we believe how to shape actually the future. And that's, in summary of my speech, very shortly, to expand the value chain, to basically integrate the physical and the digital elements and processes based on our strategy, to go at this interface and couple that with a network of partners. Don't do it alone, do it with others, and this together makes things fly. So thank you very much.